Assalamualaikum. My name is Natasha Bia binti Ahmad Shazali with Metro ID 2019312117. I will present the summarization of Chapter 1 for our research title, The Satisfaction of McDonald Fast Food Restaurant Among Generation Y. Problem statement can help contextualize and understand the significance of the research problem. As written by Huam, Sang, Do, Rasli, and Abdul Hamid from the article, Consumers' Purchase Intentions in Fast Food Restaurants, an empirical study on ungraded students, industry in the field of fast food in Malaysia faces increasingly challenging opposition with other industries around the world. As we already know, fast food restaurants in Malaysia has growing and it keeps enlarging. As the result, competitions between fast food restaurants are sustained for years. We have noticed that Generation Y is considered as a large number of major customers for the fast food industry. The lifestyle of the youth these days is they prefer to go to eateries which are mainly fast food restaurants which will save their time and provide comfortable dining facilities. This was stated by Quay and Voon from the article Culture and Service Quality Explanation evident from Generation Y consumers in Malaysia. Therefore, it is important to study the needs and wants of Generation Y as well as understand the choices that will lead to consumer satisfaction to fast food restaurants like McDonald's. It is essential to examine the demands of Generation Y as well as the choices that will result in customer satisfaction with fast food restaurants. Therefore, as the rapid changes in the global market, it is very important for a fast food restaurant owner to be concerned about the factors that affect customer satisfaction. Thus, the three main factors that have been identified in this research, which are food quality, service quality, and restaurant environment. The purpose of conducting this research project is to investigate factors which significantly influence the buying experience on customer intention and satisfaction among Generation Y towards McDonald's restaurants. This research supports to reveal the different factors on customer satisfaction on their buying experience, especially among Generation Y towards fast food restaurants. The main objectives of this study is to identify factors influencing customer satisfaction among Generation Y towards McDonald's. It seeks to examine and understand whether factors such as food quality, service quality, and restaurant environment will influence customer satisfaction with McDonald's restaurant towards Generation Y. These are the specific of our objective would be. That is all from me. The next chapter will be explained by my groupmate, Shafawani. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Shafawani. I will present about chapter 2, which is literature review. Based on this topic, there are 4 independent variables and 1 independent variable, which are food quality, service quality, price value, and also restaurant environment. All these variables have relationship with the dependent variable and will be supported based on the past article. Number 1 is food quality. According to Ko and Su, who define 2 groups of measurements as linked to customers and goods, have studied the key factors of food efficiency. Okay, based on the Abdullah, a high level of quality is a key marketing strategy which can satisfy and retains the customer and also provide a happy purchasing for them. Okay, next is service quality. According to Karenza, perceived understandings of quality problems in a service delivering sector has a direct and productive connection with satisfaction. Okay, according to Wu and Mohi, they stated that the standards of fast food service is a critical strategy for the performance of restaurants and is used to evaluate the perceptions of customers of service interactions derived from intangible and tangible elements. Okay, next is about price value. Okay, price according to the Kotler and Keller, price sensitivity and the level of satisfaction and dissatisfactions are related. Okay, according to Konak and Zilke, value for money, price fairness, special offer, and discounted price may result in both satisfaction and also dissatisfaction of the customer. Okay, lastly is about restaurant environment. Based on the past article, which is Xiao, as a consequence of the dining experience, the atmosphere of a restaurant will decide the preference of clients before the fast food is served. Okay, next, according to Zhong and Moon, restaurants' physical environment can improve a customer's brand image, reshape the expectations of consumers, and also directly affect customer satisfaction. Okay, next we have 4 hypotheses based on this topic. Hypothesis number 1, there is a positive impact of food quality and customer satisfaction. Hypothesis number 2, there is a positive relationship between service quality and customer satisfaction. Hypothesis number 3, there is a positive effect of price value on customer satisfaction. And hypothesis lastly, there is a positive association between restaurant environment and customer satisfaction. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Now let's move on with the research method. Ini Muhammad Zabi bin Abu Bakar. So who is our target sample? Our research is focused to Generation Y population based on the research of TJ 2020. Around 26% of population represent the Generation Y in Malaysia. Within the percentage, those who have experienced or recent purchased McDonald product are mostly is our target respondent. To make sure the distribution is effective and spread widely, snowball sampling is the best option to be done as the survey conducted virtually in online platform. How large is our sample size? Well, based on the Department of Statistics Malaysia official website, the population aged between 15 to 64 years old are 22.8 million. Therefore, 26% of it, which are 5.93 million, represent the Generation Y. So the sample size of the research will be around 384 respondents. The questionnaire are designed into two sections. Section A consists of 8 items, multiple choice, while Section B have 25 items with 6 Likert scale. Before the actual survey being conducted, a pilot study have been done to test out the reliability of the variable based on Cronbach alpha. Afterward, the questionnaire has been distributed to 400 respondents. The data automatically being recorded and then analyzed using SPSS. The table shows the reliability test of 25 participants, which are categorized as Generation Y, that volunteered to do the pilot test. As the result, in overall shows all the variables are above 0.7, considered as acceptable for the study. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Aiman Zain bin Muhammad Zaid. Today I'm going to present about data analysis and results. Total of 400 questionnaires were distributed to conduct the research, but only 265 questionnaires are able to collect. Based on the questionnaire data, 68.3% female and 31.7% is male that responds to our questionnaire, and 77% of the respondent age range at 20 to 23 years old. For the data normality, to run the data normality test, skewness and kurtosis are used to calculate the data in normal distribution. Skewness and kurtosis will demonstrate whether the data that are used are normally distributed. The acceptable value of skewness fall between -3 and +3, and kurtosis is appropriate from the range of -10 to +10. The result of our food quality analysis show that the skewness range at 0.359 to -0.597, and kurtosis result range at 0.361 to -0.361. So our normality test, the skewness is approximately symmetric and kurtosis is normally distributed. For the data reliability test, value of Cronbach alpha reported at 0.824 for food quality, 0.88 for service quality, 0.937 for price value, 0.900 for restaurant environment, and 0.897 for customer satisfaction. Based on Cronbach alpha, must be above 0.7 to be accepted. So the higher the Cronbach alpha is, the better. The Cronbach alpha value reported from our analysis show that all variables must be above 0.7. Thus, the value is good to excellent in this study.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Shazwan and I will continue to explain about frequency analysis. For gender, the major respondents were female, valued at 68.3%. Age 20 to 23 are the highest that responds to the questionnaire, which is 77%. Majority of the respondent education is undergraduate, valued at 55.8%. The occupation of the respondent mostly student, which is 70.9% of the respondent. Okay, next. In this figure, it shows that the most preferred method out of the three options when purchasing at McDonald's. It shows that 30.6% of the respondents prefer to dine in when they eat at McDonald's because they prefer to maximize the services that McDonald's has provided. 51.7% of the respondents, which is majority of the respondents, prefer to take away and eat it somewhere else. And lastly, 17.7% prefer to drive through when purchasing at McDonald's. Okay, next. In this figure, it projected on how much they usually spend on McDonald's. 57.4% of the respondents usually spend not more than 5 ringgit on McDonald's, while 38.5% of the respondents, which is the second highest, has spent more than 10 ringgit but less than 20 ringgit. 4% of the respondents has spent more than 5 ringgit but less than 10 ringgit. And lastly, 3.8% usually spend more than 20 ringgit when they buy at McDonald's. Okay, next. For the linear regression, the result shows that it is supporting FQ. The higher the food quality, the more favorable the participant toward McDonald's. All of our p-value are smaller than 0.05, thus supporting FQ, SQ, PV, and RE. Okay, that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Ghazania binti Junaidi. Today I would like to present about chapter 5, which is discussion and recommendation. Okay, for the discussion, the purpose of this study or research is to know the customer satisfaction level about the price and environment of McDonald's restaurants. Based on the data in chapter 4, most of our respondents answer that the price is fair because they only spend below than 5 ringgit. Other than that, they also agree that McDonald's provides superior pricing option compared to the other fast food restaurants. Next major finding is about what is Generation Y perceptions toward the environment of McDonald's restaurants. Most of Generation Y agreed that McDonald's restaurants have comfortable seating arrangements that make them feel comfortable with the environment of McDonald's restaurants. But most of the respondents prefer to take away because McDonald's has provided speedy and desirable service, so they don't need to wait for too long in the restaurant. Lastly, there are some limitations for our future research, so I would like to give some recommendations for our future research. For the future research, we would like to get more respondents to get more accurate data. Lastly, we would like to be more specific on our questionnaire to get more specific data. So, for example, most of McDonald's restaurant has inside and outside place for the customer to eat. So, some of the customers like to eat inside of the restaurant and some of them like to eat outside of the restaurants. So, we would like to give separate question for outside and inside the restaurants. So, in the future, we would like to give a more specific questions for the future research. That's all from me. Thank you.